Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for the SIC Mask Rider 1 or Kamen Rider Ichigo. And this is one of the few figures that I got first because it's cool looking. Then I watched the series afterwards. And right now I got to episode 2. He just fought the Spider-Man, then a Batman. And I think the next one will be a Scorpion. And I must say, it's a very interesting show, and it really reminded me of Kamen Rider Black, which I grew up watching. And I think, from what I gathered, and from a friend, Miki, he told me that the Showa Kamen Riders, basically I think there's a time frame where, kind of like the old shows, you have a cyborg, as opposed to the new ones, or the Heisei, where pretty much anyone can become a Kamen Rider. They're not born with it, or they're not. There was no accident or some evil organization that basically took over their body, but their plans got foiled, and now their experiment turned against them. So that's kind of like kind of good the generalization of the series, and regardless, I like it. And this, yeah, again, reminds me a lot of Kamen Rider Black. Although this was the first one. Anyways, getting back to this, this is a great figure. I really like the design. It's less insectoid and more of an armored suit. Hence, the reason I got it. And here we go. Here's the box. It has the really nice, kind of like silver, metallic silver on this paint with the reflective, basically like a silver on the side here, and you got racing stripes. I think it's kind of reflective of basically the main character, Takeshi Hongo, is a motorcyclist. He competes, and having that, basically is for racing. And I think it's more on the second Kamen Rider Nigo, I think. The second one, where he has the stripes on the side, but the first one doesn't. And it'll be a little while before I start to differentiate 1, 2, and 3. And you know that there's like 3 versions of Kamen Rider first, huh? Right, on the back, not back. We have all the cool gimmicks and accessories, and this is really nice. You have this really fleshy statue here. Yep, and other cool poses showing a lot of features. Again, they show that there's a separate knee joint, which is always great. Get this henshin pose. Although in the show, the first episode, it says he just needs an air pressure on his belt, and it transforms him right away. There's no henshin pose that he has to do like the new ones have, or actually Kamen Rider guy, he just made one up. You don't really need to do but it's cool. I think that's kind of got added on in later Kamen Rider shows, that henshin pose or the transformation sequence. But yeah, that's really nice, and I have to say this box is really great. Not much on top, and you got the bottom right there. Alright, let's go open it up. Alright, so first off, I'm going to attach the scarf. And one thing that I noticed right off the bat, it has multiple joints on it. The other scarf I got from, I guess, like a Z-Cross, and I think even Skull, Kamen Rider Skull, they don't have a joint, just a straight peg, and you only get that swivel. But now, aside from the swivel, you have actually a lot more poses you can do with this. Swivel right here, move joint right there, and you get the peg swivel. So this is a lot nicer, and I really like this, that they've added that. Just gives you a little bit more dynamic pose. Alright, and just looking at this, amazing. Just they get the metallic green, really nice. Get the rider belt, scarf, gloves, boots, and Actually, there's a kind of like a silver stripe on this side. I thought they don't have that, but no, not complaining. Really nice, really cool design. Yep. And you get that what's that term? Basically, the bug eyes, and it's really nice. It's really nice. All right, and let's go with articulation. So in terms of articulation, actually, let me move around the scarf here. So scarf is actually, you can detach it. Just wraps around the neck, and look down, up, side to side. There's actually another head, which is right here, and this one has an open mouth, kind of like he's shouting, but we're not too familiar why he's doing that. Maybe something about the show. Also, I want to point out that this fillers, actually you can detach them, unlike your other SIC Kamen Rider, and they're flexible. It's always great. Moving on, we have the shoulder. There's a separate shoulder armor there, and swivel there. Get a separate elbow joint, so it's double jointed. Get the wrist. Then you have the mid torso, which is kind of interesting how you have a separate side here, and there's actually a gimmick on the shoulder, which I will get into. Actually, let's try that now. And before we get there, I'm kind of just jumping around with the hands. So you get the hand for henshin pose, and basically this allows you to, I think, move this down a little further, and basically helps him to have his arms pointing that way. Again, it's part of a henshin pose. I think that's how it is. Right. And you can actually pop that off. I'm curious. There's a peg right there by the heart. And that's kind of interesting that they have that. Just put that back on. Because if you have that there, it's very limited. But push that down, you have a little bit more, I think. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Anyways, that's that. It gives you the option. The belt is separate. Then you have the waist. And I just popped that out. Let me put that in. There we go. Whoops. So, not much sideways, but for the most part, he's going to be kicking forward. And you get the knee. Again, separate. It's actually not too bad. I mean, you see that little square there, but for the most part, it's actually not too bad. Then you have the feet, and you get the slightly heel movement right there. So in terms of articulation, this is really great. Yep. Really nice. Alright, let's go with the other accessories. So aside from the henshin pose, again, you're going to get a pair of that. You get the closed fist. Then you have a pair for holding something like a staff or a sword. And again, he doesn't really have a sword or staff, but if you have other Kamen Rider SIC figures, you can interchange the weapons. And you get this one where, again, for another types of poses out there. So all in all, you get about four pairs of hands, which gives you a wide variety of possibility. Alright, so next up is effect parts. The first effect part is basically the rider punch, and basically you get this kind of like peach colored clear plastic that basically just remove in two parts. There's two pegs, and this goes on top and bottom. And it's actually kind of try to figure this out. There we go. So it goes just we have the whole fist forward, so it starts right there after the wrist, and just kind of just sandwich it. There we go. And the rider punch, very cool effect. Then you also have the rider kick right here, and same thing, two parts. From the instruction, basically the one with the pegs is always on top. So let me demonstrate that. Let me take out the effect part for the fist. Let's try some post. There we go, right on top and on the bottom. Actually, the first time you're going to be removing the two pieces together, it's a little stiff, but afterwards it gets easier. There we go, rider kick. Really nice. Really cool effect part. Unfortunately, there's no stands for this particular one, but if you have other, let's say, other figures, if actually Play Arts is another great stand. Actually, they have that for every Play Arts now, which is great. So let me demonstrate that. Here we go. Here's a Play Arts Kai stand, and you have a big claw to actually go around his chest. And I kind of wish, there's some way, like some adapter on the back, but they're not designed to have an action base for the SIC. They're meant to just stand up. But I mean, if you're gonna have the rider kick, rider punch, and most of the time you see Kamen Rider jumping in the air and doing this acrobatic, it'll be nice. But I think if you want to do that, you get the SH Figure Arts. But for the SIC, they're more like a statue figures for display, and they are big. Not meant to be held up high a lot. Well, they're a little heavy, but that's that. Just want to demonstrate that, and let's move on. And the next piece is this very detailed monster looking, I think, Shocker. It's one of the bad guys from Shocker, and it's actually quite detailed. It looks like a squid man. Got that skull face. You can see a starfish there, some barnacles. Very detailed. It's a nice boss. You're just having the upper torso and the head. That's right. It's really nice. And you basically just put it on the base right there. Alright, next part is the base. And actually, I just wanted another way to post Kamen Rider using the Kamen Rider kick. So here's the base, and you get this really nice textured on the bottom. There's some flat surfaces here. I'm not too sure. I mean, that's probably where he stands, but that's that. And you'll notice there's a peg hole right here, but no stand or the arm for the stand. But if you have a Tamashii stage act, one of the arms there, it fits well. And this is an alternative if you don't have a Play Arts Kai, but I prefer using that one, especially for big figures, just because they're kind of bulky. And I think to do this, you can grab one of the leg, like right on the base, like so, and just kind of have him balance to do the rider kick. And there you go. So it's possible, but you do have to find or buy a Tamashii Stage Act. Actually, Figma works too. It's kind of similar in some sense, but you need to have that claw thing. That's pretty much wraps up the review. Again, an awesome figure, as well as the TV show. If you haven't seen it yet, try to find it. It's a great show and start watching it. Actually, yeah, you can find it on YouTube. There's one channel that I'm watching it right now. And it's great. I really love this, and again, highly recommend getting it. I got mine from AmiAmi, but you can get it locally here in the United States. Bluefin is distributing it, so you can check out your local web shops or even local hobby stores. They probably have it. If you're here in the Bay Area, you can check out Tatsu Hobby. They don't have it listed, but you can always do a request or send an email to Alex at Tatsu Hobby. Their email is info@tatsuhobby.com. And that's pretty much it for the review. If you have any questions, let me know. So until then, this is Meats. Thank you for watching.